Hello world, welcome to China Girl. I'm Sapphire. For those who don't know me, I live in Shenzhen. I make a bunch of videos about China. Today we're going to talk about learning some basic and key phrases in China and super important too. Like, how do you travel in China? When you're in China, knowing a few key phrases can really make your experience smoother and sometimes even hilarious. Let's dive into some must-know phrases and unique stories behind them. Where's the bathroom? 洗手间在哪里？洗手间在哪里？ Bathroom? It's where? Bathrooms in China come in two flavors. The throne, a sit-down toilet just like you're used to, and the second one is the squat. Get ready for Asian squat. So normally if you're at the fancy hotel or restaurants, then you will be more likely to get the throne. But if you are at the normal eatery, it's common to see that, or public bathroom, you will have more like Asian squat toilet. Ta-da! How much is it? 多少钱？多少钱？钱 means money. Shopping in China is exciting, but here's a fun fact. There's no tipping in China. Whether you're at the restaurant, taking a taxi, or getting a manicure or pedicure, anything here, or massage, no one expects a tip. People here are totally okay with it. It's just not part of the culture. So when you're paying for the stuff, you ask, how much is it? You only need to pay the price that they tell you. How are you? 你吃饭了吗？你吃饭了吗？ Wait, what? I know, right? Why I'm teaching you, have you eaten yet? In China, people don't greet at each other saying, how are you? They say, have you eaten yet? Why are they asking if I have eaten yet instead of asking me, how are you? Here's the backstory. Chinese culture, food is life. Asking if someone has eaten is one and caring way of checking on them, but just super casual. It's like saying that, are you okay? Are you doing fine? Are you taking care of yourself? So it's normally a daily life conversation, and then people will answer you in a broader way, and they will say, yes, I have eaten, but they won't tell you specific thing like whether I have like spaghetti or pancake. We will just say rice and veggie and pork, like these things. The phenomena asking, have you eaten yet, can trace back the history when people were literally starving and their instinct was to survive, and what they can do and how can they get excess food, and the whole family were starving. So food plays a big role in a Chinese society until now. Like people travel to different places and we still put food as the first priority, whether these new places have a good food. Are you married? 你结婚了吗？你结婚了吗？结婚 marry. Do you have a kid? 你有孩子吗？你有孩子吗？ Kid 孩子 孩子 If you ask people if they have children after you ask them if they are married, and then they say no, that they are not married, then the question is just not received well in China. It's not received well because of a traditional thought that the family had to get married, then you have a children. Even though the divorce rate has become much more similar to the divorce rate to the rest of the world now. But traditionally, divorce here is just people are shunned onto it, that they're not happy to talk about it. It's just like if they have any like gossips or even bad news, there's a tradition that they should just keep in the family because they feel like the outsider will laugh at them and will look down on them. If they are divorced and have children when they are divorced, it could be a public embarrassment and they feel so embarrassing and they don't even want to mention about it. Which is the divorce rate? Alright, The divorce rate in big cities like Shenzhen is nearly 50% now. It's a huge tendency for people to essentially live like they're divorced when they don't see each other, and they might see each other once a year or twice 2 weeks a year during Chinese New Year, but essentially they live like they are divorced. They just don't get the paper signed to divorce. That happens so often, and that is very common too. So that can be up to 20%. So in the big cities can be up to 70% rate of not really being together. Now that's tricky because this is also a tradition that if they are very poor, the father and mother may have to work, go to a place like factory and somewhere and to work to make ends meet. And the father and mother probably will go to different places, work, and still they might only see each other during Chinese New Year, maybe only 2 weeks a year. Family is actually together on paper, but financially they don't have a choice. So they got separated by distance just to survive. The parent who's working in a factory will send money each month to feed the children, also his parents. But there's also people who are just not together and they never see each other, but they just don't get divorced in the countryside. So by that, the divorce rate can be, much, much, much lower in China. So the divorce rate will be only about 10%. Divorce rate is only about perhaps 10 to 20% in the countryside. And even if they are not happy or have bigger problems, they very often stay together. But again, in the big cities, can be up to 45% for the divorce rate. Get it? Got it? Good. If you still didn't know how to speak this Chinese language, you can always go back and check out my video. Now, let's talk about something super important. Here in China, the third most important question will be, how do you get around China? Hey guys, if you haven't checked out my video to talk about how do you download Alipay and use eSIMs in China, check it out. I will link the webpage here. For ride-hailing apps to the public transport, I will show you the 4 most popular way to travel in China, plus the potential problem you might encounter. How to use Didi as a foreigner. Go to Apple Store, download Didi. Open Didi. The top pinpoint area, check the green one to the blue location where you are. Then click where to, set up your destination. Go into Walmart, type the address, select the address, done. Select the car type based on your budgets. We have discount, express, Didi Flash, also taxi, premier. Taxi is coming. See the driver, how far it's away from you. Taxi's here. Where is he going? He's leaving us. See your last 4-digit number of your phone to the driver. Fasten the seatbelt. That's GPS sound. You can ask driver to turn it down. He says no problem with a love. China's version of Uber or Lyft is super convenient. It's great for late night travel when you have got heavy luggage. Just remember to double check the car's license plate before getting in. Subways, fast but crowded. Subway is a lifesaver here, especially in a big city. During the rush hours, you will see bumper to bumper. It's more convenient to commute on metro, and the price for it, like each commute way for single way, it only costs under $1. So you would need to get a subway card like this. This one is for 10 years ago. I barely use it now because I do have a Shenzhen subway mini program, so I can just pay it through phone. One, it's pretty useful. You can top up money in there, and you can use it for buses as well. Where you can get this card? Well, you can just go to the subway, and there's a customer service. You can reach out to them and say, I would like to have a new subway card. If you cannot speak Chinese, use translation and show it to them. They will understand what you mean. Once you have this card, you can use it for every station, buses as well, as long as it has money. Unlike Japan, the subway can be owned by different private companies. So when it happened, for me, my experience was that I bought the subway tickets in Japan for 7 days, but particular line that I cannot use it. So when it happened, it was more like that I have to get off the station, repurchase the ticket again, ask people that where can I buy the ticket. It adds up more inconvenience through my trip there. Show you how to buy the tickets on the metro here. English version, buy tickets. So I know where we are going, so line 60, then we have many stop station, then we are going to University Center. There we go. That's where I live. One piece, confirm. Okay. Challenge for buses here, it will be still crowded and the announcement will be in Chinese. So prepare to remember which bus station you are going to and listen to it like cautiously when it's about time to get off the bus. Like you can count how many stations you are going to so that you will know which stop you should get off. E-bike. Here, we are allowed to drive e-bike, but probably for foreigners, you cannot register a license, so you do need a help from a Chinese friend, somebody you can trust, or they're willing to help you to register a plate number. But it would be still okay that if you don't have a plate number, you just need to avoid the traffic police.